Hey folks, well I may be a glutton for punishment, but I am back at Clay Hill in Atwood, Tennessee. Crate Racing Street Stock. This is going to be our 5th run in the car. I feel like that I was changing too much, and I was actually a lot closer on my initial setup than I realized. I have went and put back on the front of my car the original springs I set up to, with a 950 on the right front, a 1050 on the left front, but I have dialed a lot more bite into this car, because I need to give this car its due diligence. I think what we did, I was really close, and I made too big a swing on big changes, thinking that I needed to make big adjustments, when actually I probably just needed to make minor adjustments. All right, with that all said, if you're still with me, let's go racing and see what it's all about. Now.
It's digging for sure.
Yeah.
A lot better. It was a little loose in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah.
But that was only,
yeah.
1 is good.
3 and 4, it's dry off of 4.
Yep.
I saw everybody skating up. It wasn't
Yep.
just me. So the car was unloading, but that was the track. So, but yeah. But like, yeah, that's better. I was close to on it with this setup right here.
You were able to dig a lot more into the track.
Yeah.
And get off
Yeah.
of it. So.
And right now I got 170 pounds of bite in the car.
Well guys, tonight we're going to have a little bit of a different view. We are on the inside of the racetrack tonight, and we're going to be filming from this angle for this heat race. So let's see how it goes.
Well, the track was completely slick on the bottom, and then it was chunked up rough, you know, above that. And I was trying to get in and like stay in the slick, but like it wasn't where you could like get on the edge of the rough. It was like on exit, you would just catch the rough and just bounce all through it, or at least I was. But not totally dissatisfied with the car. It was heavy on the nose going into the corner, and you know, like I couldn't just throttle and like rotate on its own. It simply wouldn't rotate. Like I was having to nose it, and so like I took and run the brake, you know, back all the way to the rear. Still wasn't kicking out. It was like balance wise, it just didn't have enough left rear. It wasn't wanting to turn. Turn the three-wheel brakes on, that started making the car turn. But at that point, see, I was kind of forcing it into like a skate, see, so that was like really just scrubbing all my speed off. So I'm not going to do anything drastic. I'm going the whole way around the car on jacks, and I'm going in one round on the left rear, in one round on the right front, out one round on the left front, out one round on the right rear. So I am keeping the ride heights exactly the same. I'm putting at least another 30 or 40 pounds of bite in the left rear. That should help the car to respond on deceleration to the extra bite, get me to just kind of rotate more naturally, where that I'm not just like standing on those brakes going to the turn. On that slick down there, I really didn't need to be on them brakes that heavy. I couldn't turn the car, guys, otherwise. But yeah, overall, still better than last weekend. So let's work on it, see what we can do. that was a struggle. I got a little aggravated with the car in the feature, and I just told it, I said, we ain't coming off this track. You might as well sort yourself out some kind of way. But it just would not turn, and that's really confusing me. Like, I'm sitting here kind of working through it in my mind. More bite, like on deceleration on the brake, you know, like putting some more left rear bite in the car, like that should make the car want to turn on deceleration. Tighten it up on acceleration, loosen it up on deceleration. And I'm sitting here in my mind because, like, man, it didn't matter what I did with the brake bias. I turned on the 3-wheel brakes finally, because I just got mad at the car, and you know, I was like, you're gonna turn. And so I was just running down into the turn and then just standing on it and literally just spinning the rear end around. Just refused to let the car beat me. I was like, no, you're gonna turn. You know, and of course, just running it, and of course, like I said, just keeping it in a skate and forcing the car to turn. I'm sitting there processing this through my mind, and you know, it's like, it's one of two things. Either I've broke something, and I don't think, like, I went around the car, I looked, I don't have a shock broke or showing any signs of damage. I don't have any linkages showing any signs of damage. Everything looks fine under the car. It's like either something's broke that I've got to find, or I'm thinking possibly I went back to my original setup as far as my amount of chain, like on my left rear and stuff, and I'm wondering if me dialing the bite up on the car, I'm going tight on that chain really quick, and so the deceleration, the braking, the car is just pushing like a dump truck because I've killed that left rear in the car. But the problem is that it's not really wanting to turn initially on the gas. But I'm not tight at all when I pick up the throttle middle off. I mean, the car, like tonight, the car seemed like that it was fine. You know, of course, then again, you know, you're wallering through holes and ruts and everything else. But it's got me baffled. I got 5 runs on this car. I felt like when I first set up the car and went with kind of this setup, I was really close. This track's been terrible. And you know, a couple of times this track has just been terrible. And you know, I don't know. I mean, hey, it's not dirt race perfection. It's not dirt race experts. It's dirt race life. You know, I'm on my 5th run. I feel like I got 2 good runs up front. Car really had me excited, and then it just went downhill. I had said how that I was like slowly creeping up on the bike, slowly tightening the car up, because I was trying to keep the car drivable. That's really important, to keep it drivable. And I really, you know, went back to the original setup, really cranked the bike in. Well, y'all see what happened. I may have broke something, but I ended up with a car that was not drivable. So I want to let y'all know, like, I'm gonna have to work with this setup. I'm gonna have to, like, stay on the same springs, stay on the same shocks. I've got to tinker with the tethers on it. I have not touched the Pro Dive and Anti-Dive on the front. It's gonna take some time, you know, and I don't know, do we make an episode of all of that every week? Not necessarily. I don't know that it makes good content. You know, like, I have to go through this struggle. I have to figure out what's gonna work for me. You know, I don't have a problem driving a car hard. I will drive one and never lift if the car will allow it. You know, like, when I'm on the racetrack, I'm fearless. And if you don't believe that, go back and look at some of the videos in my Camaro, you know, because I knew what the car would do, and I just go. But I'm not there with this car, and I don't have the car set up to where that me driving it, I can do that yet. It won't tolerate it. It's going to take a little bit, y'all, and I want to take y'all along on the journey, but I don't want to bore anybody, and I don't want us to have just a video coming out every week, and it's the same thing of me struggling, but the struggle is real, and I am going to struggle with it, and I am going to have to sit here and go local Saturday night shows, try things, see what works. That's like tonight. Like, that didn't work, y'all. Cranking a bunch of bite in the car, not going to get it, not going to work, you know. And so, I mean, I've got a 225 spring that came in, really didn't, I wanted to go back to my baseline before I did that, Probably am going to try that a little bit softer spring in that right rear. This is what it's really like when you build it all yourself and you have to just work through it, and you didn't just buy it from somebody and give $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for it turnkey, and they say, here, do exactly this, get in the car and turn left. You know, no, this is what it's like. And so it is a struggle. We're gonna get there, but I make no bones about it. It's gonna take some time. Of course, if you're subscribed to YouTube, got your notifications turned on, you can follow along as we figure this out there. And then also, you can follow me on Facebook under Dirt Race Life, and then also like Jason Dukes. And then also on Instagram, I put some stuff on there as well sometimes. So there's a lot of different places that I paste all of this stuff as, you know, new videos come out, information and things like that. So follow me on one of those platforms and you can stay in the loop as we get this thing figured out. I will see you next time, y'all.